All right, it is the last day of exams of the spring semester here at Georgetown College. And I gotta tell you, it's been a very busy few weeks for me personally. And I need something just to kind of like ease in, something to kind of calm down. And so I brought in a very special friend of mine to meet y'all that can help me do that. So I'll introduce you to this special friend of mine, and then we'll do something a little different. So I'm just going to play some banjo for you that's just really relaxing. You can put this on in the background as you work in your studio, or as you do whatever you do around the house, or when you go for a walk, or whenever you're stressed out, or whatever you just need a moment. You can just play this. So it'll just be some me playing some of my favorite tunes. Slow it down. It's kind of nice. This is what I do in the evenings when I'm stressed out. So without further ado, I'll introduce you to this instrument, which is a 1921 Maxitone banjo. I'm assuming it's basically from a Sears catalog. The only marking on it, and I've only found a couple of documents on the Maxitone company. It was in New York in the early 20s. But this is an absolute treasure of mine. And I'll go into stories of why. But it has had an amazing life, I imagine, a very rough life in sometimes. But I think this is the original skin on the banjo. It has a very unique little bridge. When I got it, it had 2 metal strings on it. I replaced the strings, but it's not set up for nylon. It's set up for metal strings, which is odd for this time period. But here's where you can see in that little label, it says Maxitone. It just has friction tuners. It has a really interesting pot. It had a shoelace for a strap. But this pot, I can get this to go. All the nuts and hooks angle out. They almost like slant in a weird angle out. It's a very cheap banjo, I imagine. It just has a wooden tone ring. I have a sock in here, obviously. It had some writing on here. People have signed it, and I don't know if it was owners or anything else. But there's some just names in there. On the front though, it had stickers on it. You can see right there. But you can also see where someone played this, their thumb position here, all right, their palm, their forearm, and their hand striking down here. But my favorite part of this whole banjo is the back of the top of the neck. So let's make sure I can get this. You can also see they have worn the fingerboard pretty thoroughly. There you go. But the back of the neck, someone has played the finish off of this instrument. I remember showing this to somebody one time, and it got me really emotional. They told me that, what I'm about to tell you, I said, oh man, look at that, they played the finish off. And they said that banjo was someone's best friend. And I think that was really accurate. And so this came into my life a handful of years ago, and it will never leave. But it's got a nice sound. It's what I play around the house in the evenings with my family. So, without further ado, let's hear some banjo.